I had some issues. I brought the old engine back out to test some things, and I had an issue with it. Took me quite a bit of time to figure it out, but I got it. Feel a little dumb, but I'm a lot smarter now than I was. I put it that way. So we got the puff and chuff going. We got the sound going. My soundboard seems to have decided not to work anymore, so I'm going to go see what's wrong with him, but not now. I'm going to move on with this. I want to get the lower half of the apron part put on and think about anything I want to do with the trucks or not. Leave them, I don't know. And then kind of say this one is pretty well a wrap and start documenting all of the assemblies and the wiring and start putting that out for you guys to build your own conversions. I'll send you the parts. You do the work, obviously. I built a little breadboard over here using my bench power supply to test the fan motor. What I was trying to get is when I push this is like a puff over here, right? So when I push this, see my finger move, right? It moves, but it sort of coasts a long ways. And as it does that, you don't really get a clear, it's not smoking, now it is. You know, it's not a quick stop. I wanted a quicker stop. And what I was trying to do was determine the amperage being sent or not. And all I get is it's getting sent a minus amp, which might mean I changed this transistor. I may have the wrong one in, but in any case, it's moving, but I don't get any triggers or anything, positive or negative, anything out of the secondary circuit that is supposed to act as the brake. So I can keep this up and running and mess with it and try to see if I change any of these parameters, can I get this thing to actually serve as a brake function. And then if I can modify this one, or I can modify the next one I build. Something I had done, I don't really want to talk about it, but I will because it might help others. This board was too fat to fit inside the body because of these tabs that go down here to locate the chassis in the engine. And so I had to grind away some of that board, and I had to do both sides in order for those tabs to slide down and then get into position. But if you look closely here, you can see it's a pretty clean area. You know, I can cut away and not much is in the way. I can cut it all the way back to that pin, which is about what I did. I cut it back almost all the way to that pin. Up here, you'll see a very faint red line, a pale red line from that dot over to this dot. Well, that's like serious, that line. That's an important line. And I kind of ground it off. And I didn't know it because I was watching the other side, I think. So what I had to do, knowing where it had to go, it was this hole to this pin, outer pin. I had to run an extra wire here to replace that track. Once I did that and I hooked everything back up, it worked perfectly. But it took me a while to figure out what I had done. Oops, right. So we're back to where we were a week or so ago. And other than I have an ash pan and I have a firebox and I have a new skirt and I have absolutely new side plates, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use those or not on this engine because what I have now are coil springs that are exposed and it's more conventional, and maybe that's okay. I don't know. We'll see. Somebody's mad over there. It's the Smokey's a little mad. All these boys here seem to be doing just fine. And the fan's running. The fan is running. And you feel cool air all around those. So that's good. So it's doing what it's doing. Everything seems to be fine. The configuration, the board itself, the components, everything's fine. And I'm going to take this and document the heck out of it. Measure the wiring, see if I can come up with a better scheme for the connectors. But I'll be publishing all of that, but like a little bit every day, and I'll probably just put it in a file on Thingiverse as either a PDF or a spreadsheet or something like that. I'll see what they let me put up. But that's what we're going to be doing. Well, I'll be doing that at night, more or less. Oh, and then look, see, when you're at the station, idle smoke. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's a story, Morning Glory. And then we have my little tester. So I'll be working on that tester and see if I can't come up with a better... Stop the motor. Okay, fine. See what happens. All right, gang. Well, that's about it. I'll update this thing. It's only 3:30. I know. I've been working. Got a few extra hours in today. So great. And we want to start on that Hudson, baby. Yeah. And I got some grinding to do and some assembly. So there you go. I'll talk to you later.